He waited for the cleaner to arrive as he was still shaking and in shock from the attack. She could tell by his anxious face that something was wrong, and so she invited him in. He told her of the attack and she was horrified. It was difficult for him to hold the tears back. She brought him a cup of tea and slowly he stopped shaking and he came back to his senses. It must have been terrifying, she said sympathetically. It was, he said. I was worried that he'd come back, he added mournfully. The memory of the flash of the torch kept coming back to him. He felt so low that he could have jumped into the canal. It was only the cleaner's kindness that stopped him. Each day lay before him like a mountain. It was difficult for him to keep going uphill, but he knew that he must, step by step. Hope was the anchor to which he clung to like a drowning man. He drank his tea and tried to keep dark thoughts at bay, which were gathering like a storm. Paul came in and sat with him, and he offered some reassuring words. He had to stop himself from grinding his teeth, as Tom was sick of hearing. He was sick of hearing how special God was. If he was so special, why hadn't he helped him, he thought angrily. Still he couldn't turn up his nose at a friendly gesture, and the words were some comfort to him. It was good to know that someone cared enough to listen. Paul told him that he'd make the grounds more secure, but he wasn't looking forward to another evening outside alone. He had always had some sympathy for the homeless, but now he just realizing just how hard and frightening it was. All of a sudden he felt vulnerable. He was scared. Fortunately, as the day progressed, a lot of his fears subsided, and the kindness of strangers lifted his spirits. It was amazing how quickly the days went by. When he was working, he often wondered how the jobless got through the day and how bored they must be, but he was beginning to like the freedom. To his surprise, he found that he wasn't bored at all, and it was nice to have so much time on his hands, and he could stand back and admire the blue sky or a solitary flower, when in the past he had just walked right past without a thought, not noticing anything. Hello viewers, The Fortunate Tramp by Jason William Lee. He'd never seen with clarity what was standing in front of him. He was always wrapped up in his work and thinking of deadlines and targets. When each was met, more would spring up and ad infinitum. It was like being a robot, programmed to do anything that the company wanted, with little regard to one's well-being. As he pottered around the charity shops, he began to see some of the things that had happened to him as a blessing. He was glad to be off the treadmill, but he missed his salary, and that was something that would take time to get used to. He only had £20 in his pocket, and that wouldn't last long. He reasoned that he would have to ask Paul for some help in the future. He had to eat, and he would have to rely on charity, however reluctantly, to help him. It was lovely pottering about the charity shops. There was always something to see, a nice picture in a frame or lovely crockery and clothing scattered about, and time-weathered records waiting to be found and played again. It was lovely on a sunny day. Each day he discovered new places to explore, and luckily he hadn't seen anyone from work. He felt invisible. He still thought of his wife, but the pain was slowly receding. They say time is a healer, and to some extent it's true. It was amazing that after 30 years of being together nearly every day, that he was getting used to not seeing her. One day he reasoned it would feel as if she had never existed. It was a day he was looking forward to. Please sub me viewers if you like it. He sat in the cafe in town and he drank his coffee and watched the clouds move across the blue sky. He wondered what it would be like to be a cloud and to drift away into nothingness. It must be wonderful to have nothing to worry about, he thought. It seemed that ignorance and bliss was bliss and intelligence was a curse. The day went by quickly and he found himself sitting in the church alcove beneath the silver stars. Hope you like it, viewers. Please sub me if you enjoyed it. Nighty night.